What's up, wrestling fans? So it looks like Bayley's out of SummerSlam. This is no surprise based on the fact that we saw the videotape of how she got injured the other day. You guys remember, none of us really could remember exactly where she got injured. It had something to do with her going outside the ring. Then we watched that sort of double underhook slam by Nia Jax, where she slammed Bayley's shoulder into the mat, and obviously that would pop your shoulder out. So when you watch the injury, you know it's real. So anybody that hasn't seen that, just go back and watch the match. It's clear as day where she gets injured, and it's an absolute shoot. You know, it's absolute injury. It was a horrific one too, because she landed on the point. The point of her shoulder going downward was what hit the mat. Anybody have like a Nintendo Switch where the little plugs on the side of the controller, you have to snap them out? Or, you know, I mean, like anything where you ever have to snap something in by pushing it up and in. Like, that's how her shoulder came out. Her shoulder, the point of the shoulder hit the mat square, and it pushed her shoulder downward and popped it. Clearly ripped it or teared it or popped it out of the socket. Or, you know, or she tore something badly. It's very clear as day what happened. And once you saw that video, I mean, it was absolutely, like, I was 95% sure she wasn't going to make it to SummerSlam. And honestly, that injury does look like it's an injury that keeps you out for 1.5 to 3 months. There's no doubt about it. That shoulder injury, I mean, it's not what Finn Balor did, I don't think, but it's definitely, but it's, you know, it's something that's going to require healing, basically. Or it's going to be, because it's one of those painful, sore injuries. But you could definitely see it by that. But anyway, you know, it's funny on Bring It to the Table the other day, a show that just comes on randomly on the network. There's no schedule for it whatsoever, which is one of why the reasons the network is failing. And if you guys missed my video yesterday about Kevin Owens, by the way, I got to clarify something. I am aware that it took place in Montreal. I actually was not aware that it was Montreal when I made the video. I just thought it was a random house show, had no idea it was Montreal. Had I known it was Montreal, I would have said, oh, I get why they did it. And I would have basically said that it was definitely just a one-night thing only. But still, it is breaking kayfabe. And once again, die kayfabe die, right? Because you know that's going to be on the internet everywhere where Kevin Owens saves Sami Zayn. So the question still remains is, will he flip? Will he turn eventually? Was this part of that? Or was this just one of those classic hometown, you know, shows for a guy like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to be in Montreal to do whatever they want? But if it is, man, you thought, you know, things were so bad when the curtain call happened back in the day, and for Triple H to be punished for that the way he was, I mean, now they just freely do it all the time when they're out somewhere. I mean, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn aren't leaving the WWE. They'll be back in Montreal again. What was the need to do this? I don't understand. I think it's fucking stupid, to be honest. But anyway, back to Bayley. You know, Peter Rosenberg on the show basically complained and bitched about how, you know, we all want Sasha versus Alexa. Why is Bayley versus Alexa happening? And I agree with him. And it was actually one of the better episodes of Bring It to the Table, to be honest. My only problem with the WWE Network is that there's not enough Bring It to the Table, and that many times Bring It to the Table actually shits on us. They crap on us, the people who complain and moan and review shows. Can you imagine if Game of Thrones came out every week and like shit on all the Game of Thrones reviewers and everybody who has Game of Thrones discussions and stuff like that? Granted, the Game of Thrones audience is a lot more civil. Right now, the wrestling fans are fucking visceral. But you know what? And the wrestling podcasts are visceral as well. But you know what? That's a reflection, I think, of not necessarily that you're either saying the fan base sucks, a lot of your fan bases are assholes, or you're doing something wrong and you're pissing off most of the fans. I honestly believe you're doing a lot of things wrong. I think some people are overboard and some people are complaining about everything, or, you know, can't see the bigger picture with some things. I definitely get that. I think I've done that myself. We all do. But you know, you can't just go out there and shit on your audience that actually has the WWE Network. But go watch my video from yesterday, because it is I think it's great. I went over exactly why the network can't be fixed and priced the right way, the schedules of the shows, things like that. Because right now, the commercials don't really bother anybody on there because nobody's really watching it. And that was my point. I went in depth on that. But anyway, it looks like the wrestling gods have taken over for us, right? The wrestling gods took over and gave us Alexa Bliss versus Sasha, assuming Sasha wins that match with Nia Jax for the #1 contendership. Oh my God, can you imagine if she doesn't? Nia Jax wins? What the fuck? But yeah, people want Sasha versus Alexa Bliss. Peter Rosenberg said it. Yes, Stooge Peter Rosenberg said it. Everybody wants Alexa and Sasha to step in the ring together. And why are we getting Bayley? Well, now the wrestling gods have taken care of that for us, and we could be getting Sasha versus Alexa, two women that have actual heat with each other, two women that really might not like each other. There's a little bit of that there. It could be so much more exciting. My worry is that the WWE office won't get behind it since it wasn't what they wanted to do, and they'll give us a shit show. But Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss could have the potential to be a very highly regarded match at SummerSlam. It really does. But we may not get that because they may sabotage their own shit. They've done this before. Guys, what do you think about this? Bayley's definitely out for SummerSlam. Not a surprise after we watched the video of how she got hurt. If you haven't seen it, go look it up yourself. You'll feel the pain when you watch the video. My name is Joe Cronin. I'll see you live tonight after WWE Raw. And we'll be live, and I'll also be live for patrons after the Raw review, a special Q&A with patrons only. And I want to give a shout-out to Maxwell Jones and Submarine Cock. That's right, Submarine Cock and Maxwell Jones for becoming $5 a month patrons. And a big, huge shout-out to all the people who were donating on Monetize This. I'm gonna actually have a sheet of this out for you guys. But guys like D Moon and Schleppy and Just Call Me Luke and so many other guys, I'm gonna have a spreadsheet as to who's been supporting the most. But you guys are fucking animals, like over $100 each of you, and there's more people that I'm leaving off. So in another video, a bigger video, and probably tonight on Raw on the review, I'm gonna give you guys special shout outs because that was tremendous support for the show. And you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. I've got more to come, I think, maybe before Raw starts tonight. Oh, watch these other videos if you haven't. Especially this Kevin Owens ones and the WWE Network stuff.